There are two types of hormones, hydrophilic like peptides, which have a strong attraction to water. Then you have hydrophobic hormones, like thyroid and steroid hormones, that have little to no attraction to water. Steroid hormones contain lipids and contain nonpolar covalent bonds. Like steroids, thyroid hormones are also hydrophobic, and both hormones are able to diffuse across the cellular membrane by the binding to intracellular receptors to get to the nucleus. First, I'll talk a little bit about steroid hormones. Steroid hormones diffuse through the phospholipid areas of the plasma membrane. You can imagine this as slipping through a closed space. Steroid hormones will then bind to intracellular receptors in the cytoplasm, forming a hormone receptor complex that will go inside the nucleus. This will affect the specific genes by changing the structure of proteins or the synthesis of enzymes through transcription. In the translation process, the metabolic activity and structure for the target cell response will be altered. Next, we have the thyroid hormones. Thyroid hormones also depend on receptors. Iodide ions are delivered to the thyroid from the bloodstream. The production of thyroid hormones T3, or triiodothyronine, and T4, thyroxine, are secreted by the thyroid gland and are very important for metabolic regulations. Thyroid hormones enter the cytoplasm where T4 is converted to T3. This hormone will go into the nucleus and bind to DNA sequences, activating specific genes. Transcription and translation will occur and is delivered to the target cell. Thyroid hormones are important for regulating oxygen, cellular metabolism, and more. Thyroid hormone receptors will also bind to the mitochondria. Energy production involves the synthesis of enzymes through glycolysis in the cytoplasm. Also, these hormones will activate the enzymes needed for the sodium-potassium ATP phase, or better known as the sodium-potassium pump, for the production of ATP. From the production of ATP, the metabolic rate of the cell increases, generating heat for the body through a process called the calorigenic effect. For instance, when you're cold, this effect will help raise your body's temperature for warmth. Thyroid hormones affect many cell regulations, such as increasing one's heart rate, blood flow, cardiac output, and more. However, a deficiency or too much levels of these hormones can cause negative effects to the body, such as nervousness, anxiety, hypothyroidism, Graves' disease, and more. Maintaining the levels of thyroid hormones are important for one's body and health.